Look at this. The sun was starting to come out, and then this fog just came in. It's crazy. Hey guys, it's me, Christy Lee. It is Thursday morning. You just saw the fog that rolled in. It was crazy. We pulled up here probably 30 minutes ago. Sun was starting to come out, and then all of a sudden this fog rolls in and just covers everything. It's always a little creepy, but also cool. I spent all day yesterday. Okay, not all day yesterday. I had things I had to do yesterday, and I did them. And by the way, I feel so much better now that I got that paperwork mailed off. Like, before I sent it off, trying to get this done felt like a mountain, like Mount Everest. And I was standing at the bottom of it with no equipment, and I had to try to climb this mountain. And every time I tried to start, I was just too weak, and I couldn't do it. And it just seemed impossible. But as soon as I had that paperwork in the envelopes and handed them to the guy to send them off at the UPS store, all of a sudden, this huge mountain, this mountain that had been tormenting me and intimidating me for the last 2 weeks, no lie, I was just being eaten up inside with anxiety about trying to climb this mountain. As soon as I handed him this stuff and I knew that it was going to be sent off, all of a sudden, this mountain turned into a pebble. And I flicked it away. And I was like, why was that such a big deal? 2 weeks? It took me 2 weeks to get that paperwork done. Not because it was difficult. Just anxiety takes over. And it makes me make things so much worse than they actually are. And I just feel 100 times better now that it's sent off, and I don't even have to stress about it anymore. But it's just a shame that I wasted 2 weeks. 2 weeks spent being eaten alive by my anxiety over a piece of paper. It's just stupid. Anyway, after all, I spent most of my day, after I finished everything, I don't know why I feel like I have to keep repeating that, watching videos, these vlogs of this girl who is going through recovery from trauma. And I learned a lot from her, and she talked about something in one of her videos called the window of tolerance that she was learning about in therapy. And then last night I spent half the night watching TED Talks. Do you know what TED Talks are, or have you ever watched TED Talks? There's two that I have noticed. There's TED Talks and there's TEDx. Not sure what the difference is. I think maybe, I don't really know. I don't really know what the difference is. But there is so much valuable information in these talks. My mom used to, years and years ago, used to tell me about them. And I just recently started watching them myself. And they are so incredibly fascinating. They're packed full of so much knowledge, and they make so much sense. And I'm going to try to get the links to some of the videos that I've watched recently, and I'll put them in the description below if you're interested in any about this. I think it's so important for us to learn as much as we can about the way that our body reacts, and why we feel the way we do, medically speaking, chemically speaking, what's going on in here that's causing these. Let's see, there was a couple ones that I watched last night. There was one, and I can't think of the guy's name. I'm really bad with names. But he was talking about the unfair bias in the medical field between medical science and mental science. I think I'm saying that right. He used the example that a 3-4-year-old child knows that he's got to brush his teeth every night. He knows that when he gets hurt, he gets a scrape, he puts a bandage on it. We're taught how to take care of our bodies from a very young age. We're taught that we need to bathe, we need to take care of our teeth. When we get hurt, we go to the doctor, or if it's not that bad, we put a Band-Aid on it. We're taught from a very young age, and this is something that's ingrained in us. But we're not taught what to do as far as our mental health goes. That's never taught to us. And he calls it mental hygiene. And he says, and I completely agree with him, that mental hygiene is just as important as physical hygiene. Cleaning yourself, taking care of your body. You have to take care of your mind just as much. It should be a twinning effect. It should be, the two should be completely equal, balancing each other out, working together. But unfortunately, that's not how we're taught. If you're making a cake, but you don't have all the ingredients, you'll still technically be able to make a cake, but it's not going to be a good cake. It's not going to taste right. It's not going to look right. We're still living. We're still a person, but we're not functioning at our best. We're not, everything's not right. The point is that he found, after extensive studies, that 30 minutes of brisk walking 3 times a week, that's like walking like you're gonna be late for the bus or whatever, and you're trying to get there quickly without running. Brisk walking, get your heart rate up enough. 30 minutes 3 times a week is equal to taking an antidepressant every day. It has the same positive impacts on your body as taking Zoloft every day. But it's more healthy for you. You're not getting all the negative side effects of these antidepressants. He also talked about how in the last 20 years, there has been a 300% increase of people taking antidepressants. But in the same 20 years, there has been no decline in the amount of depression, the cases of depression, none whatsoever. There is no correlation between antidepressant use and decline in depression. I'm looking at my little list here. Oh, I wanted to talk a little bit about the window of intolerance. This was huge for me. This was huge for me because I kind of teeter back and forth between these things. But there's something that I noticed about myself a while ago, and it's become very, very, very apparent to me more recently. When I go to, well, basically when I'm around more than 1 or 2 people, when I'm in an environment, say, like when I went down for my boy's 11th birthday party, there were so many people there. And to me, so many was 5, 6, 7. So much conversation going on, TV in the background, kids playing, conversation over here, conversation over there, lights everywhere. The house is different because they're set up for the party. So much outward stimulation that I go into autopilot, sort of, where I'm functioning. I'm walking around and I'm interacting on a very basic level, but my brain it's gone somewhere else. It can't handle everything that's going on right now. So I come off as almost like I don't want to be there. I don't know how to put it. I just can't handle all that outside stimulation, and I kind of shut down. I'm there just enough to be there, but I'm not engaged. I'm not fully aware. Like, I leave the party, and I videotape the party because I'm going to have to watch it afterwards to even know what happened, because even though I'm there and I see what's going on, I hear what's going on, it's not registering and it's not sticking. I'm not really there. So anyway, I've always wondered about that. And I don't know if the window of tolerance, if that's what they're talking about, but this is what, and I've only looked at this once, so I'm not yet certified. I don't have my doctor in it yet. My doctor's in it yet, but this is what I got out of it. So there's a window of tolerance, and as long as we stay in this window of tolerance, we're calm and we're functioning. If there is too much stimuli or too much going on, then we go into like hyperactivity, like what'd she call it? Hyperactivation. And we can get angry outbursts. We can be very irrational, explosive, irritable. We lose concentration. On the opposite side of that, if we have too little stimulation going on, then we fall into a depression. And certain things start to shut down. We have memory loss, we have depression, we have loss of energy. We just depress, basically. So, window of tolerance. We stay in the middle. Not too much stimuli, not too little stimuli, and we're okay. We're calm. We're functioning. Too much stimuli, we get angry. We have outbursts. We're just difficult to be around. Too little stimulation, we're bored, and we end up depressed. And I am not explaining that very well, so do not take what I just said to be 100% actual what's going on. I only looked at that chart one time and listened to two people briefly talk about it. I'm going to go look into more detail about it so that I can better explain it, or I'll try to get the links and you guys can check it out for yourself. But I just want to share with you guys, to coming on YouTube and talking about these things has done so much in such a little bit of time, and I think it's only going to get better. Not only am I reaching people, I'm apparently making a difference, or at least connecting to people on a certain level. And that's awesome, that to know that I am helping people put words to things that they weren't able to put words to is an incredible feeling, because I know what that's like. When I am finally, like when I first told you guys about my borderline personality disorder and finally making the connection that that's what's been going on, I mean, it doesn't fix anything, but man, it is incredibly like validating to finally have that connection made. And then not only that aspect of it, but you guys' support is incredible. I never in a million years would have thought that I would be able to come on here and say, hey, look, I've got these problems and I'm not perfect and I go through this and I do this, and you guys are just right there being like, hey, we hear you. We're here for you. I know what you're feeling. And it's not like you're just saying, I know what you're feeling or know what you're going through. You guys share your experiences with me, and I can tell that you know exactly what I'm talking about. And this is the first time in my life I have ever experienced something like this, and this is huge for me. And not only that, but because I want to help you guys and help myself, I'm learning more about these things, and I'm making even more connections to what's going on, and it's been incredible. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for trusting me enough to confide in me and to share your experiences with me. I cannot stress enough how special you guys have, what an integral part of my life you guys have become. You guys are like a form of therapy for me. And it's amazing. You guys are amazing. And I'm going to let you go because it's been 25 minutes. And I might do a second video today just to... You can't see that, but there is a crow on top of my truck. Anyway, I might come on and do another video, just the vlogger style rambly type video, because there's other things that I want to talk about that aren't related to mental health and all that stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to hop on and kind of tell you guys about the stuff that I've been learning about. If you've got the time and you feel up to it, I think that you should check some of these out and maybe start watching some for yourself. And these TED Talks are not all just on depression and medical stuff. It's on, like I watched one on procrastination and it made absolutely perfect sense to me. There's some that are on the more funny, you know, the light and funny side, like how to deal with spam emails and telemarketers and like people just like trying, doing experiments basically to see what happens. Or scammers, Craigslist scammers. There was one on how to deal with Craigslist scammers. That one was hilarious. Hilarious. I'm going to try to find that and link that down below too. But yeah, knowledge is power, guys. It really, really, really is. Knowledge is power. And yeah, I'm going to let you go. Almost 30 minutes. Good Lord. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you next time. Bye.